Good evening, Leeds United fans. As much as this channel is for all football fans, this video in particular is all about Leeds because Daniel Farke did his pre-match press conference this evening about 4 p.m. ahead of Leeds taking on Norwich at home at Ellen Road in the Championship on Wednesday night. And I make these videos for TikTok all the time. They do really well, and I thought I'm going to bring it to YouTube. So what I've done is I've watched the press conference. I know you lot hate it because you've got to sit through 25-30 minutes of a lot of questions that you just don't care about. So I've done that so you don't have to. I've made a few notes and I'm going to go through them with you and just give you the lowdown on how the team's looking, what's new as we head into Wednesday's game. I appreciate everybody who has subscribed so far to this channel. I'm trying to bring that community from TikTok onto YouTube and just grow as much as we can. We're closing in on 1,000 subscribers, and hopefully if I can stay consistent with making the content, you lot will enjoy it, you'll subscribe, you'll share it, you'll like it, and yeah, we can continue to grow. Also, if you like the jumper I'm wearing, it's the Bielsa Boys one. It is available on my website, take2football.com. Just thought I'd get a little cheeky plug in there. Anyway, let's get into what was said in the press conference. The first question he was asked was, will you be forced into or will you want to make any changes ahead of Wednesday's game? And Farke said, to be fair, the turnaround is not too bad. We've had 3 nights sleep at home between these 2 home games, and that's enough for the boys to recover and hopefully be able to get a few bits of training in between Sunday's game and Wednesday's game. He was then asked about rotation. He says, we may rotate a little, but we know that Farke's not a big fan of rotation, so I doubt we'll see too many changes unless they are to do with injury. So on to injuries. He said it's difficult because Aaronson today trained. However, he took a blow to his ankle in the game on Sunday, and it's going to be a late decision on Wednesday morning. They are carefully optimistic, but he is a doubt for the game. And the other one is Solomon, who is in fantastic form at the moment. He is a doubt. He complained of some hamstring issues today, and he's going to be 50-50 as to whether he plays on Wednesday. And I think if he's got some hamstring injury issues, and with his injury record, I think rest him. We've got some big games coming up, including Burnley on Monday, and I just think let's not push it if we don't need to. So we have heard Farke say this about players before and they've been absolutely fine. I just think with Solomon, we just can't risk him. And he is going through a real purple patch at Leeds, the best we've seen him. So let's not risk it. Where we at? So with regard to that, he was asked about Willy Gnonto, who has hit 100 games for Leeds United. And he's just 21 years old. I think we forget how young Willy is. He hasn't necessarily hit the heights this year in recent weeks that he has been before, and maybe still got a lot of potential, a lot of growth to come from Willy Gnonto. Farke said that he has started the most out of all our wingers, which I didn't think was true, but it must be. He has had a little bit of a dip in form at the moment, so it's fine to just rest him a little bit. It's a 46-game season, and players do go through peaks and troughs across that season. He is developing really well as both a person and a player, and he's adding new strings to his bow, and he's getting more mobile and he's less predictable on the pitch, which is a good thing. He is still lacking a little bit of end product, Farke said. He needs to get back to how he started the season. We haven't had that many goals and assists from him in recent weeks. And then in terms of where the squad are at, they had a small group training today on the grass, and the rest of them were just doing recovery sessions as you would expect. In terms of Norwich, he was pretty respectful, as he always is in these press conferences. He's just said they've been struggling with some injuries, they've had some poor performances, but they are still very dangerous, a very similar team to Sheffield Wednesday, and it will be a tight game. I think they're somewhere around 13th in the table, but he seemed quite confident that they're one of those teams that could go on a little bit of a run and push for the playoffs, but we'll see about that. He was asked about Firpo and his contract chat, and there hasn't been any, basically. We're too busy with games, that will come later. He then went on to talk a little bit about backroom staff and stuff like that. I wasn't that interested. If you are, maybe go watch it, but I just didn't think it was that important right now. So there we go. If you have made it to the end of this video, please drop an MOT in the comments and let me know which wingers you would start on Wednesday, because I think that's where a lot of the question marks are going to be, especially with the Aaronson situation and Solomon. Will Willy Gnonto go into the 10? Because Solomon would have been my choice to go in the 10, but who knows? Let me know in the comments, and thank you very much for the support on this channel.